The leaves turn gold, the weather turned cold, and the story began to unfold. It's 1976, a season still alive. The legends and the memories that time could never hide. From the kickoff in September to the champions at the end, we turn the pages back again and live those days once more, my friend.
Welcome back to Pigskin Glory, football 50 years ago today, when we turn back the clock and experience the football world exactly as fans were seeing it in 1976. Today is Sunday, August 8th, 1976. The college game rules the South. Jesse Outlar takes us around the football world. NFL rosters continue to change, and we've even got a 20-question football trivia challenge. Then we'll head onto the field where the Dolphins battle the Lions and a rookie quarterback leads San Francisco past Denver. Here's what was happening in the football world on August 8th, 1976. The South's Best 11. We begin in the Deep South, where football wasn't simply another sport. An article examining the popularity of college football declared that not Gritz, Cotton, or even Robert E. Lee could rival the game's place in the Southern culture. The newspaper also unveiled its South's Best 11, selecting top college players from across the region. Those among the list were Florida defensive tackle Darrell Carpenter, Tennessee running back Stanley Morgan, Miami defensive end Eddie Edwards, Alabama defensive tackle Bob Bumhauer, Kentucky offensive tackle Warren Bryant, Georgia offensive guard Joel Parrish, Georgia Tech linebacker Lucius Sanford, Tennessee wide receiver Larry Sievers, and Mississippi State running back Walter Packer. It was a snapshot of just how deeply college football had become woven into Southern life by 1976. Jesse Outlar tours the football world. Atlanta sports writer Jesse Outlar took readers on a tour around the football world. One subject was Alabama coach Bear Bryant, who had experienced something unusual during the offseason. His Crimson Tide had actually been picked to lose a football game. Outlar also touched on the continuing uncertainty surrounding NFL players and owners, Washington coach George Allen, the defending champion Pittsburgh Steelers, and several other stories circulating as another football season approached. It was one of those columns that provides a perfect snapshot of the conversations football fans were having in the summer of 1976. There was more movement around the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings traded offensive guard Steve Lawson and a future undisclosed draft choice to the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for defensive backs Wendland Hall and Nate Allen. The expansion Seattle Seahawks acquired running back Ron James from the Philadelphia Eagles while releasing rookie wide receiver Larry Shipp. And Philadelphia also released defensive end Wesley Grant. With preseason underway, NFL rosters were continuing to take shape. Football trivia, 1976 style. Sports editor Verne Boatner decided it was time to whip football fans into shape for the upcoming season with a trip from out of the past. 20 trivia question tested readers on both college and professional football history. George Blanda's 4 teams. Joe Namath's NFL draft rights, the first 1,000-yard rusher in NFL history. Jim Brown's 7 1,000-yard seasons, the first Super Bowl touchdown, the longest field goal in NCAA history, and even Garo Yepremian's infamous Super Bowl pass attempt. No internet, no phone, just 20 questions, your memory, and the answers waiting at the bottom of the newspaper. The Vikings bottle throwing case. One of the stranger stories of the day took us back to the previous season's playoffs. Attorneys representing Robert G. Piper were seeking to have charges dismissed stemming from the December 28th Viking-Cowboys playoff game at Metropolitan Stadium. Piper was accused of throwing one of 2 liquor bottles, with one striking and injuring an NFL official near the end of the game. He faced misdemeanor charges of simple assault and disorderly conduct, while prosecutors had previously sought a felony aggravated assault indictment. Months after the playoff game ended, the fallout was still making headlines. Now to the preseason action in Pontiac, Michigan. Detroit rookie James Hunter, the Lions' #1 draft choice out of Grambling, couldn't have asked for a much better introduction. Hunter returned the opening kickoff 97 yards for a touchdown, immediately sending the Pontiac Silverdome crowd into a frenzy. But Miami quickly answered. Don Nottingham scored from 2 yards out, and the Dolphins eventually built a 24-14 advantage. Detroit fought back within 3, but veteran kicker Garo Yepremian helped Miami finish the job. Yepremian kicked 3 second-half field goals, including 2 in the fourth quarter as the Dolphins defeated the Lions 30-24. 49ers 17, Broncos 7. And finally, we head to San Francisco. Rookie quarterback Scott Bull, working behind a makeshift offensive line, directed the 49ers to a 17-7 preseason victory over Denver. San Francisco grabbed a 10-0 first quarter lead behind a 43-yard Steve Mickemeyer field goal and a 1-yard touchdown run by Wilbur Jackson. The 49ers later recovered a Denver fumble, setting up a Bob Farrell touchdown and stretched the lead to 17. Denver did get one particularly memorable moment. Rookie quarterback Craig Penrose entered the game and on his first pass as a professional connected with Billy Van Heusen for a 22-yard touchdown. But that would be Denver's only score. San Francisco takes it 17-7. And that's the football world for Sunday, August 8th, 1976. College football dominates the South. Jesse Outlar takes us around the sport. NFL rosters continue to change, and football fans get their history knowledge put to the test. Meanwhile, James Hunter electrifies Detroit with a 97-yard kickoff return. Miami comes back to beat the Lions, and rookie Scott Bull guides San Francisco past Denver. Another summer Sunday is in the books, and another day of the 1976 football season is preserved. If you enjoy traveling back through the football history with us, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next edition of Pigskin Glory Football 50 years ago today. We'll see you tomorrow as we continue our journey through 1976.